Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. All right. So for those of you just watching the fixture focus, thank you first and foremost. I love those shows. Really, it takes a lot of work to actually find supporters from, especially American supporters of other Premier League clubs, especially clubs like Southampton, or Watford or Bournemouth. You know what I mean? And Justin's been doing a damn good job at it. So if you guys haven't checked those shows out, do it, please. It's really, really good stuff, and Justin does a great job. So, cheers to him.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so it's just me and Lee tonight, right, Lee? Yeah, just you and I.
Just the two of us, and everybody's going to love us after because we are so positive and we have such a sunny outlook on everything that's going on. And we're going to celebrate losing and being mediocre and dropping points because that's what we do.
Well, that's the thing. Did you hear that? Go ahead.
I put in no effort tonight. I didn't put on a West Ham shirt. I got this is the shirt on I had underneath my other shirt all day. Man, I just put my kids to bed and came upstairs.
This is what I was wearing before the show.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
My wife visited Atlanta a few weeks back and picked me up one of those shirts. And no, I'm not an MLS fan, but I'm a Jack Collison fan.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's Jack's club. It's just like Winston Reed playing for Sporting Kansas City. If he's around on the 22nd of August when they come to New England, I'll go see him play. I will. Yes. For him, yeah. I'll go see him play. I'm not going to go see the rest for any other reason, but I'll go see him.
No. What do you think of? Those new kids look kind of throwback and look kind of interesting. I don't mind that. I was thinking, we really need a former West Ham player to be in New England in order for us to actually get interested to go. I mean, that's dead serious. Like, so basically, when James Tompkins is 36 years old and looking for a club to play, he'll come over to the United States, and I'll try to convince him to come over to New England. So,
no, that'd be great. I mean, yeah, New England will never sign him because the Revs don't sign any good players. They're the West Ham of MLS. They just signed a bunch of half-good players, or they signed a bunch of guys who were 17 years old and cheap. And I don't even know why, because MLS's structure is such that they could sign anybody. I mean, it doesn't work the way football works in the world. So, and yet they're still cheap about it. So it doesn't make any sense. I like this. This is awesome.
It is awesome.
I'm sorry we didn't hold out for you, that the team didn't hold out for you all the way, but that's fantastic.
My boss was walking right behind me when that happened, and I screamed. I scared the shit out of him. He jumped. He hopped in the air when that happened. It was amazing.
Yeah, I got home. I got home for the game because, as I said, or for part of it anyway, because as I mentioned to Tim before the show started, I got a new job. Very excited about it. It's gonna be really good. Start next week. But I put in my notice at work, and where I've been for almost 3 years, and they just kicked me out. They just kicked me out that day. This was Monday. After lunch, they just said, "No, just go. We're done." And I told them, "I'm happy to work 2 more weeks for you. I don't mind." No, just go. So anyway, Monday was a bad day. Everything considered, it was a bad day. But anyway, hopefully things are getting better.
Yeah.
That's Bob Kraft.
The league, but yes, Bob Kraft.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's true. The league
owns every team.
The league owns all the teams. That's true. The league owns all the teams. You buy a franchise, basically. So Bob Kraft owns the franchise, but it's a little bit.
Which is the guy that owns the Patriots, for those who don't know, I guess.
Yes, the guy who owns the Patriots. Yeah. Yes, got caught with some orchids of Asia down in Florida over the summer. I think it was last year. Well, he's an older guy, and his wife died a few years back, and anyway. So yeah, but MLS owns MLS. Like, MLS is a weird entity in that it assigns players to different clubs, and basically the league runs all the franchises, even in a way that doesn't happen like in the NFL or NHL or NBA. Yeah. MLS has total control over the league.
It's a shit show.
Yeah. I mean, and I get this. Listen, I mean, did the wrong one. Hi, Gary. I was going to say, we love him for the Pats. Of course, he's been a fantastic owner of the Pats. He's been brilliant. I mean, the best owner in the NFL, but he doesn't really have any control over the Revs, and they don't really spend much money. And it's just I don't know. I think it's a way for them to keep the stadium full in the summer. Well, not full.
No.
Let me back up. it's a way for them to get 8,000 people into the stadium on certain summer nights when otherwise there'd be nobody there. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
So it's like it's instead of having the stadium sit there and be a cost center and a liability all summer long, they can get 6,000 or 8,000 people in, and it's never more than that. Don't let them tell you that it is, because it never is. They can get some people in, and they can sell some drinks, and they can have some ticket sales and parking. I think parking's free.
Lee, it's like 40,000 people there when they play a friendly. With Chelsea or some from overseas. Just MLS versus MLS, not so much. I've seen like 14,000 people there when Zlatan came. Yeah,
and they do play Gillette. Yes,
they have a star, coming in from the other team. But anyway, enough about the fucking Revs. I'm gonna start to get sick in my stomach. Yeah, man, bummer about this dude. Suchek.
He's never been injured in his career. He's never had an injury.
They also say only 3 weeks though, so
it's only 3 weeks. But you know how that goes. I mean, does he play 90 minutes after 3 weeks? Probably not.
No, I think he'll play after 2 weeks. They'll rush him back like they always do with everybody else.
Right.
And he'll get injured again.
15 minutes. He'll play 15 minutes, and then he'll be crocked again for the rest of the season.
And speaking of injuries, there's an elephant in the room because I know Gabe's here, so I know he's going to want to talk about Fredericks. So I'll just get it out of the way now. So apparently he's only going to be injured for 6 weeks, according to, I guess Claret and Hugh broke it. Then the official website confirmed it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, so 6 weeks. He has what I'm going to have on Monday, shoulder surgery, and they said it went well. So can't wait for that.
Listen, he's a human being. I want him to be healthy. I don't wish.
Chelsea, fuck you, Kevin. Fuck you, Kevin Borba.
Borba, what are you doing
I
here?
love you, man.
Oh,
good seeing you. But you cheer for the wrong team, dude.
He knows about this?
Oh yeah, he sees my Facebook shit. So yeah. He
knows
that and Lowell City FC, man.
All right, Kevin.
We're gonna get that up running one day.
Kevin's a good dude. I like.
Great guy, but
you're a really good dude.
Blues, so hey, we should get him for a fixture focus next time we play Chelsea. There you go. Boom, Kevin. If you're watching this, Kevin, you're welcome to join us for fixture focus when we do an opposition preview. And since you're an American Chelsea supporter, that'll be kind of interesting. So
that'll be soon. We'll have Kevin and my nephew come on together, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
My nephew's he's a legit Chelsea fan. I hate to say this, but he's a legit Chelsea fan. Like, he really follows the club, and he plays. Dude, we know Kevin plays too, so these guys know.
Kevin does. Yeah, I'd still have him play it today. He's awesome.
Kevin was great, man. Kevin's a great dude.
Great heart. Yep.
I feel bad to this day that we couldn't afford to put his fence around our house.
Oh.
When we first moved in, we had him come and see. It was just the whole buying a house thing was a little more than we thought it was going to be. Anyway, Kevin has a great business doing fencing and a lot of other stuff, so he's a good dude.
Good friend. And for those who don't know what we're talking about, we tend to do this. Anyway, Kevin was one of the players. How we met him was he played for the club that Lee and I ran here in Lowell. Anyway, Ngakia needs to play.
But yeah.
And Ngakia needs to play. He was outstanding. Dare I say better than Fredericks? No, dude, he's way better. He makes mistakes just like anybody else, but he makes about 1,000 less mistakes than Fredericks does. And he looks like he wants it. He looks like he's hungry. And that's the difference too. Fredericks runs around like, hey, I'm playing street ball with my friends. My buddy over here, Declan, D Rice. And I'm gonna, that's it. It's not like
he probably calls him that.
Like, probably. But the point is, he doesn't give a shit. Ngakia, you can see in his face, and I saw that firsthand when we played Liverpool the first time this season, and he was running around like crazy. He was into it. Yes, he made some ill decisions, but again, who hasn't lately? Who?
I have to say, and I'm with you. Ngakia was great. I mean, he's got to play. He's 19? Yeah. So, I mean, look, he's already gone up twice against the best team in the world.
Yeah. Isn't that sick? Can you imagine being 19 years old, Lee, and playing a professional sport against the best team in the world?
That's what I'm saying. The guy's got ice water.
Oh, my God.
He does. He's got ice water in his veins. So that's what I think he'll go right back now, basically. Yeah. I mean, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be. I mean, even when Fredericks comes back, I still think he's our right back. But we'll see how he does as the season goes on. I mean, he's still young and he's going to make some errors, but I have to tell you, I'm bucking the trend. I'm not positive about Monday. I don't feel good about it at all. Everybody else, had a pants tent over the fact that we only lost by 1 goal, or that we scored twice, or that we played so well, supposedly at Anfield. And yeah, I realize who the opponent was, but 3 points dropped is 3 points dropped. We had, again, it's 22 points this season dropped from winning positions. Give us half of that. Give us a third of that, and we're safe as we can be. It's like we're not even thinking about this stuff. Give us 7 points, and we're worth what? Southampton, up in sort of mid-table. 3 points dropped is 3 points dropped, and I don't look at it as positive at all. And I don't think there's any reason why we should think that it's going to help us going into Southampton on Saturday. That's a good Southampton team. That's a Southampton team that, since we beat them November, December, whenever it was, they've won a lot of games. They've been in form. There seems to be this assumption that now that we're done with City and Liverpool, we're just going to go back to winning again. We've won 6 games all season. We've won 6 games all season. There's no reason to think we're gonna have, especially at home where we play worse than we do away. There's no reason for me to think that we're going to beat Southampton on Saturday. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we lost. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. I mean, again, to me, you take a game like Monday, and yeah, I understand why people are feeling good about it, but I don't feel good about it. I feel as though Fabianski pulled a Tuukka Rask. He folded in the clutch. And I know he's been great for us and so forth and so on, but he hasn't been great lately. And I understand this, what Neil's saying. I mean, I get it, because, Moyes didn't set us up to lose. And, our execution was better. Our young players played well. But I really don't care, because to me, points dropped or points dropped. We're in a relegation battle here. And then when Moyes came out later on and said, well, it wasn't really a big game. I mean, how is every game not a big game in late February in a relegation battle? I don't care if it's against Liverpool or Luton or Wealdstone. It doesn't. I mean, it's every game's a big game. And this whole thing about let's congratulate our players. No, I wasn't. But Gary, we were up 2-1. Do you understand? Going into the match, I was expecting a 5-0 loss. Everybody was. But I'm saying we were up 2-1. We had a chance at least to get a draw out of that match, and we got nothing. And it drives me crazy that we're celebrating how great we were, and that there's any reason to think that that's going to carry over somehow into the next match. Has that happened for us at any point this season?
I'm going to pull up something. Okay, so I got I guess not in trouble. I got in Twitter trouble via West Ham supporters who are local. Okay.
I got people mad at me on Twitter, but
yeah, when I was talking shit about the match, I was talking shit about the match. I was talking shit about Fabianski. I was talking shit because dude. I mean, I love the club. I want the club to win. I don't want the club to fucking lead and then give it up. Fucking 22 points they've given up this season. Yep. Are you fucking kidding me? What kind of horse shit is that? And then I'm not a true fan. So watch this shit. I'm gonna pull something up.
That's the first thing they'll always say is you're not a true.
But so this one got me good today. This one was funny. So because we're so like, how do I call it? So because all we want to do, you and I, Lee, and everybody, us other Americans, all we want to do is win. We're a bunch of fucking glory hunters. Go support an American team, for fuck's sakes. Thank you at Big Keith WHU. I would love to have you on the show sometime and discuss it further. But yeah, I mean, so basically what my point was on what you were saying, Lee. I mean, I'm also seeing a few other comments from
I know Darren's asking why did I play on the pitch? Well, I mean, the answer should be fairly obvious.
Well, that's the point. So basically,
I mean, I get what you're saying.
But our level, how do I put it? Their level of support, they feel, is more, it's better because they lived there their whole lives and so on, which is great. It's fine. I mean, I'm not saying anything different.
I respect,
but they say you accept the losing, you accept the winning, and you accept the losing, you accept the positives and negatives in every single match, win or lose, blah, blah, blah. But us, on the other hand, I mean, shit. I mean, we don't bounce from fucking team to team because our team's losing. We stick with our team, just like you over there. The difference is We don't accept the fucking the horse shit plays.
Yeah.
Frederick's fucking up and passing the ball away all the fucking time. Fabianski letting easy goals in, like right through his fucking legs. Come on now. And
after he made an error, after he made the error against Brighton, where on his head.
And as a collective, the whole squad losing 22 points from a lead this season. I mean, that we could be in. Well, obviously, I wouldn't say we should have had all 22 points. But if we had all 22 points, there was an article this morning I read that said, well, that'll put us in 4th place.
That's where a lot of pundits thought we would be if you remember at the beginning of the season.
No, 100%. So
there were legitimate pundits picking us to be like, to be 6th, 4th, whatever. And here we are in another relegation battle.
Either way, that's just who we are. That's just what we like. We want our team to win. We want our team to put 100% every single match. If they don't, we have every right to get it frustrated. Just as you have every right to not give a shit. Okay?
Dude, I'm so glad Borba's here tonight.
Oh, dude, Borba. Come on. No, you're going to get us in trouble now.
But we love England. We love England. So I don't. But
yeah. No, that's funny. That is funny. But it's
flag.
Every shit. Oh God. Well, the thing is, someone's going to screenshot that and put that up on Twitter, and we're going to get fucking lambasted.
I don't care.
Headline. Fucking.
Let them do it. No, I mean, I think there is a different mentality. I mean. And listen, I'm not from East London.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong either, Lee. So I'm going to let you finish your thought. But I'm saying to finish my point was,
go ahead.
It doesn't matter either way. I don't personally care if that's how they feel or whoever feels. I don't care if even our good friend Gabe, who's an American, I don't care if he thinks that way or not. I'm not saying all Americans think this way. I'm not saying all fucking Europeans think that way either.
No, I know.
Yeah. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think. Doesn't matter what they think or whatever. I would be more than happy to let you say that. And guess what? Even if you thought that way, if you, whatever that guy was on Twitter, if he thinks that way, good for him. Good for him. I'm not going to tell him he's a dickhead for thinking that way. I'm not going to attack them. So let me have my opinion.
I never.
I'm just what I'm saying. So I'm just saying in general, at least people, just let us have our opinion, like you have your opinion. You don't, no need to attack. We won't attack you. But if you want to attack and you want us to attack back, I can. But I won't. Because I'm a good boy. But anyway.
I said on Twitter that my opinion would be unpopular, and I knew it would be unpopular. And I understand why people feel the way they do. I mean, listen, Gary, I get it. All these guys, I get it. I do. I know they're the best team in the world right now. I know they've basically already won the Premiership. Almost mathematically.
So we had a lead.
But we had a lead. That's the thing. We had it in our hands. We had a lead. We had momentum. And if nothing else, we could at least have taken a point out of there, which would have been massive for us psychologically, emotionally, and also, most importantly, in the table, it would have been massive for us. I don't really, I mean, it just, it's
that law.
Kid, what are you doing, man? Kids it's trying to get us all killed.
Oh, Jesus. No, stop it. Stop it. No, thank you. Love you, but no. Listen, it's the universal law of, what you give, you get back. And basically you take a lead and then we have to give it back. That's just the universal law.
Always give it back.
We have to.
22 points. And I really listen.
And you and I, Lee, we have to accept that.
I don't have to accept it. I don't accept it.
Why did we want to accept losing? I don't understand.
I'll never get that.
Now, if it was 5-0, I could say, you know what? Wow, we got our asses kicked. I
would have accepted 5-0.
Exactly. But the fact we were leading.
Right. 5-0, and I say they're the best team in the world. That's the way it goes, right? The fact that we're leading and we lose, we didn't even draw. We lost. We give up the third goal, Fabianski choked. I'm sorry, but he did.
Fornals looked beautiful, man. Fornals looked so good.
Fornals was fantastic. Souček was great until he had to go out, obviously. We got Ngakia played really well. We got a lot of great performances. We got a goal from Diop. I mean, this was a chance to make history. This was a chance, most importantly, to get out of the bottom three. This was our match in hand to get out of the bottom three. And again, 5-0, and I'm shrugging my shoulders and saying that's the way it goes.
And dude, even if it was the last match that we won all season, can you fucking imagine being the only team to beat?
That's what Liverpool? I'm saying.
first team to beat Liverpool, how awesome that would be. But
Oh,
nobody cared. No, it's fine. There was so much. There was so many positives. Oh,
That's
who
what I
cares
mean.
about that? There was so many positives.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Sorry, but I don't care how many positives there are if we don't win.
That's it.
I don't care how many positives there are if we don't win. I'm sorry, I don't.
Because, like you said, Lee. So here's the thing. So a lot of these people that I'm talking about, right, that I see on Twitter and everywhere else, they, the thing they keep going back to is, "I'll get used to it, kids. The West Ham way. It's the West Ham. We're gonna get, we're gonna lose. We're gonna." And I'm like, hold on.
We know that, but we don't have to like it.
100%. And so basically, they're talking about, okay, but yes, there was so many positives, and yay, we're gonna put that fight in all the time. No, I'm sorry, sir. It's the West Ham way. Don't expect it next week.
That's right.
Get used to it. So why are we so up? Why are we so up? Like, yes, we are finally showing some fight. Yeah. Don't get too excited now, because next week it's not going to be there.
No, it's not. It never is. The West Ham way is to play well against the big clubs, and we did. We played better than we've been playing.
I need an Advil.
That was Liverpool there for the taking. They were there for the taking. I mean, they were basically handing us that match.
Just so you know, I'm gonna have to have you keep an eye on the comments, because mine just it broke. I can't even scroll down anymore.
Oh, really?
My last comment was from Ken a while ago, 9:15. Well,
actually, oh really? Okay, yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, I understand what everybody's and listen. Nobody respects the longtime fans more than I do. In all seriousness, nobody respects the natives more than I do, and the ones who are still over there and going to all the games. I have
100%. I'm not talking shit. I'm talking about shit about the fallacy that it's like it's the West Ham way. Get used to it. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
That it's okay to lose. That it's okay because we look good, and we'll take all those good things we did and we'll bring them into the next match. Have you watched this season? This never happens. Yeah. It never happens. We don't carry over from one match to the next. Yeah. We don't have right. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how well we play against Liverpool. All that matters right now is 3 points every time we go out there. That's all that matters. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Take all the positives you want. There were positives against Brighton. We still drew a match that we were winning by 2 goals.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take positives from almost any game we've played.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I want points. I don't want positives. I want points.
That's it. That's what I was just going to say. So basically, it's a matter of what Nicky said last time he was on with me on Monday night. He popped in on our HTV and Friends, and he basically said, it's not about, because I asked him the question, like, hey, do you think it'll translate over to the next match? Like all this, this fight that we saw, this passion. And he said, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we must win.
Right. Exactly.
It doesn't matter about what if it translates over. Hold on a second. Let's go back even further.
No, I didn't mean
if Adrian never left us.
That was accidentally put
we would not have. Can you imagine our season if Adrian was still here?
If Adrian was still here,
our season? We'd be fucking 10th place right now. 11th place.
Yeah, we'd be in the top 10.
I wouldn't say he's perfect, so I wouldn't say we'd be in the top 4 right now, but I'd say we'd definitely be in the top, around the top 10 sitting there right now.
I agree. Yeah. And I mean, Kevin, to answer your question, yeah.
I like that question. Yeah. You guys possibly going to get
It's very nice of you to ask that way. And
hold on. He says regulated, but I know what he means.
I know what he means. I know what he means. He's probably, phone typing. And
I know.
How that works.
But relegated. I mean, it's a shock. I don't feel it. I don't feel it like everyone feels it. A lot of people feel it. I feel that we're going to go on a run at some point, but I don't think losing a lead to Liverpool is going to give us the fight we need into the next match.
I don't see how.
Guess what? The fight they showed happened in the first half.
Right.
It didn't happen in the end of the game. So therefore, when they gave up actually another goal that, according to what West Ham Clips pointed this out, it was actually Sadio Mane's hairline was onside. Watch his video, by the way. His alternate commentary is fucking amazing. It should have been 4-2, but
yeah, that's true.
So anyway, love West Ham Clips, but what was the other thing I was gonna say? So basically, that there's no momentum. There's no momentum. What are we talking about? There's no momentum that should be going to Southampton. It's just a matter of Declan Rice said something about that on Twitter or something. Earlier, I saw it on Twitter anyway. He said something like, "Oh, if we can just play that, put that same fight into the next match. I don't want 60 minutes of fight. I don't want 40 minutes of fight. I want fucking 90 minutes of fight, right?
I want minutes of fight, and I don't want 3 points dropped again. It's a loser mentality. I'm telling you. And then Moyes comes out and he says, "Oh, I love the effort from the players." This guy's like friggin' Dick McPherson. You know, the Patriots had a coach in the mid '90s named Dick McPherson who had been a college coach, and he got to New England and he went like 6-10 or something like that. But after every game, he would say, "Oh, the players put out a great effort. I love these guys. These guys are the best." He was this big cheerleader, you know. But
That's the LMA. That's the F. That's it's like how do I put it?
And now
Managers Association. They all say the same shit. You never hear a manager come out and say. I mean, it's just in Premier League general. You never hear him say. I mean, you know, championship in League One and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you might hear it, but in, like Nathan Jones when he was managing Luton Town, I remember listening to some of his shit in League Two when he was down there, and because he told how it was. He was like, and the guy asked him questions would be like, "Hey, so how did your team perform today?" And he'd be like, "Well, so and so didn't play that well today.
Right.
You know, we'll be lots of points. You know, this you know, so and so also needs to learn how to pick up a few things here or pick up his man when he's doing this." And I'm like, that's awesome. You will never hear that in the Premier League ever.
You know who would do that? You know who would do that, or who came closest to doing that? Sam Allardyce would do that. Or at least not sugarcoat everything he said. No, and I have to tell you, I cannot believe that he's been our best manager. He's been our best manager in the last 10 years.
Isn't that sick?
It's crazy because he's awful, but
I know. Well, yeah.
Listen, I mean, well, his football is awful, but he was, you know, and yeah, and I would say, Kevin, all the games we play are possible losses. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
That's, you know, it's like supporting Chelsea, where you look at the fixtures and you say, well, we're going to win, you know, 2/3 of these.
Southampton.
Every play is a possible loss.
We got Arsenal, we got Wolves, we got Tottenham, we got Chelsea. I mean, fuck.
This is so funny that Darren asked me this question. I wear a West Ham shirt every time I do this show, except tonight. I just put my boys to bed and I came straight upstairs and I did not stop in my closet and put a West Ham shirt on. So
move your head so we can see the flag. I mean,
I got the flag. If you don't watch the show often,
I think your head was in the way.
My head is huge. And people who watch the show often will tell you that I usually, but tonight I just was too lazy, quite frankly. So that's the reason.
Oh yeah, and just so and I don't know, Darren, if you ever watched the show before, but Bilic is a prick for fucking selling the guy behind me here. Oh, wrong way. There he is.
Tompkins, yeah.
Tompkins,
yeah.
So
Kevin's just
those are two things. You guys fucked, yeah.
Yeah, we know. All right.
Well, we finished. We got Watford, Norwich, and we finished with Villa. I mean, we got 3 wins right there.
Whether or not we stay up, I'm convinced it's going to come down to that.
United sucks, so we can beat them too. There's 4 matches we can win right there. So we finished the season on a 4-game, winning streak.
We've already beaten Chelsea once.
It might keep us up. Oh yeah, that's right, Kevin. Who the fuck are you?
Kevin.
Who the fuck are you, Kevin?
Once Kevin.
We won at Stamford Bridge, 1-0. Well, that's the other thing. So that's a perfect segue, Lee.
Right.
Who won that match for us?
Well, it was David Martin.
There we go. There we go.
I listen. I'm not against it. Let me just say this. I know what Fab did for us last season. I was a fan. You know I was. You know I defended him. And you know, but
I think he's still injured, no?
I think he's still injured. Yeah. He's not the same keeper, and he's making mistakes. And he's making mistakes in every match now is a big match, no matter what David Moyes says.
Well,
making mistakes in big matches. Honestly, David Martin is a competent keeper who might have been spectacular, but when he's played for us, he's been fine. Fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just have a keeper who's
Can't blame him. I mean, he made one blunder, I guess, but who fucking hasn't?
He and Balbuena did. That's true.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I mean, really, he's been fine. Better than Roberto. Well, obviously better than Roberto, but probably I don't know, since Fabianski's injury, he's been fine. But you tell me, you look at the goals against. See, that's another thing. You can't just go into PremierLeague.com and see goals against. You have to actually look at the team stats and figure out, okay, well, who was playing what matches, add them all up. And when Fabianski was playing. But anyway, they don't have like a goal. It's not like hockey where they have a goals against average. You know what I'm saying? I wish they did.
I wish they did, actually, yeah.
Because Fabianski would be right up there with Roberto. And I'm like, whoa, are you saying Roberto is better than Fabianski? No, I'm not. For the 20th fucking thousand time.
Yeah. This season he's overrated. He's overrated.
I'm just saying, since his injury, he's been dreadful. Before his injury, he was horrible. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't. I'm sorry, I don't agree with you there. You know I don't agree with you there. I think he was excellent before his injury. I know you don't think so, all right? But he has been awful since his injury. He's made mental mistakes, not just he hasn't just had physical issues. He's made mental mistakes, which happens to athletes after they get injured. I get that. I know that. You know, we've all seen that. We see that in every sport. But he's making mental mistakes, and right now I don't have any confidence in him. I don't. I don't have.
I'm pulling up how many goals he fucking gave up.
Yeah, I know. But look at how he has played. Look
Don't
at
give me the whole defense bullshit. Hold on.
I haven't given. No. I'm just saying. If you look at how he's played, I thought he was very
He
good.
gave up 5 goals against Man City.
Yeah,
I know. He gave up 1 goal against Brighton. He gave up 1 goal against Watford. He gave up. So that's 7 goals in the first 3 games, which he's given up.
Yeah, well,
going into Liverpool, he gave up 7 goals in the last 3 games. So he got a clean sheet, woohoo, against Norwich. He got a clean sheet against Villa, and then a clean sheet. 3 clean sheets in a row. Good on you. I think that was his total of last year as well. So
that's pretty good, though.
2 goals against.
This is, but you know what?
Then you get injured. You get injured.
But we all keep hearing Martin is a training ground keeper. He's not. Every time he's played for us, he's been okay. He's been okay. You know, not great, but okay.
But, so it was who did it was Randolph that gave up 4 goals against Leicester, but then it was Liverpool, Brighton, Manchester City, and Liverpool that Fabianski's been playing. So it's 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10 goals in 4 games.
Yep.
Ooh, it's not all his fault. His job isn't to stop the ball from going in the net.
Well, it's not all his fault. It's not all his fault, but he hasn't played well, and he hasn't played well in the clutch. This is when we need, if we're going to have a guy who's hammer of the year, if we're going to have a world-class keeper, the best keeper of the Premier League, supposedly, these are the games when we need him to be at his best, and he has not been at his best. He wasn't Brighton. He wasn't his best against Liverpool.
We rushed him back. We rushed him back to begin with, and then he went back out again for I think a couple matches or a match or something like that. Which is stupid because we do that all the time. And then he came back again. I just don't listen. I said this back before his injury. No, not before his injury. Right after his injury, I said, listen, a hip injury on a goalkeeper who's over 30. We don't heal as well as we used to once we hit 30. You know what I'm saying? And a hip injury for a goalkeeper who needs to be extremely flexible. Okay, extremely flexible. That's a main, flexibility point. Anyway, long story short, that's a bad injury to have if you're a goalkeeper. So anyway, I'm like, he's not going to be the same when he comes back, and he wasn't the same. And then they rushed him back. I'm like, whoa, he shouldn't be coming back. And then they did. Anyway, now he's back and he's leaking goals. His sheets are filthy. They're not clean. He doesn't understand. I mean, wipe your feet before you get in the bed, buddy. You know what I mean?
A 14-year-old boy, he's got sheets like a 14. Yeah, it's listen, I don't have any confidence in him. I'm sorry, I don't. People are going to hate us for saying this. They're going to hate
me. They already hate me. So I'm going. Listen,
back. All right, nobody wants Roberto back. That's not.
I'm going all in.
And Randolph, what did Randolph do? Go off and
Randolph shit.
Didn't he go off and beat up his girlfriend or something?
Something like that. Yeah, but
you know what? I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's crap anyway. I don't want it.
Yeah, listen. When it comes down to stuff like that, I will give any man the benefit of the doubt until it's like 100% like proof and all that other good stuff before we, So when I first saw that, I was kind of like, oof, like we can't, shouldn't be that shouldn't be happening. But anyway, long story short is, where's the police report? Where's all this? I don't even want the police report.
He's not a good keeper.
My point is, I give him the benefit of the doubt until he's like guilty of it or something like that. If you know what I'm saying. So anyway, because that's personal shit, right? Just like when James Tompkins fucking beat up a police officer, or he got a drunken, he was drunk driving or something like that. I don't know.
Are we bugging more stole that necklace?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So,
yeah.
Anyway, long story short, but he's a shit goalkeeper, so I really don't care. It doesn't matter either way, if he did that or not, because dude, fucking 4 goals against Leicester City, who's been sucking the second half of the season, except against us.
Well, everybody sucks except against us. That's the other thing.
Crystal Palace is fucking dynamite against us too.
I know.
Like, ugh.
If you're out of form, you're out of form, can play West Ham. Even Manchester City, and I know they beat Real today. I realized they had a big match today, but they had not been playing particularly well at all leading up.
And they didn't play particularly well against us. They just passed the ball around a lot.
We had nothing because the way Moyes set us up. I mean, the other thing is, I would love a younger manager who's got a little more fire, got a little more passion. I think Ken's right. I think what Moyes did tactically against Liverpool was very good. The issue is, we made some errors.
If you're referring to comments, I can't see them, Lee, unless you bring them up.
Well, he's that said it a long time ago.
Okay,
I can't get back to it. I can't get. I don't know
no, that's fine. That's fine. But
But he said what Moyes did against Liverpool was perfect. Tactically, we just had goalkeeper errors, and it's true. Tactically it was very solid compared to Man City, where he basically gave up. And I don't want necessarily managers to come out and point the finger at individual players in public, but I hate this idea of, well, we lost, but the effort was great. That's just that's just one of those things that I think exists in football and in English football, that in this
100%.
country,
Nowadays, you see the same show all the time.
unless it's college football in this country, where you really do have gigantic differences between the teams sometimes. In this country, you just can't say stuff like that. You can't be an NFL coach and come out and say, well, we lost, but boy, didn't we look,
Results are
we
results,
almost
dude.
won.
Results are results. You know what I mean?
Results are results. Scores
yeah.
are score. Table doesn't.
Allardyce used to piss me off because Bilic did the same thing. Moyes did the same thing his first time around.
Yeah.
And Pellegrini did the same thing. But my point is with Allardyce is that there's two things that piss me off about him. It's not the hoofball, because if hoofball wins, I want hoofball because I want wins. Secondly, I'm sorry. So the first thing that really pissed me off was the fact that he would always go into the big matches, exception of Tottenham, but the big clubs,
Yeah,
draw at best, and he was happy. And then at the end of the match, like, oh well, we were looking for a draw, and we were happy with that, or even if they ended up getting a win, which they rarely did, you're like, oh, that's even better. You think the worst and hope for the best. I'm like, well, don't be come on, no. I loved his setup. I loved his training. I loved his defense. The other thing that pissed me off about him. So I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. The other thing that pissed me off about him was not his training. It was his transfers. And he has no fucking clue when it comes down to transfers. But he does know how to get what he's got to play together.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is what we lack. I mean, he has
and now
people respect him and so on. His players respect him. I mean, I talked about the other night, like Razvan Rat, Modibo Maega, whatever his fucking name was. Like all these guys, like they fucking ran around. They ran for him. George McCartney was a fucking workhorse. You put George McCarthy on any other McCartney on any other team, he would have been fucking cut. You know what I mean? Joey O'Brien, same thing. But he got the most. Guy Demel, you know what I mean? Guy Demel ended up going to fucking Dundee United, and just his career fizzled out and just disappeared after he left us. Seriously, he was a beast for us because training. And set up and watching film and having his team prepared and so on. That was fucking awesome. That's what I miss.
Why aren't we seeing more of Bowen? Why does Bowen never come on until like the last 5 minutes? But why did we buy this guy if we're not gonna?
Somebody brought that up the other night. I don't know if it was Charlie or Nikki or somebody. I think it was Charlie, or saying that he doesn't think it was Moyes' buy. That's why. So he thinks it was the board's buy to shut the fans up. And
listen, I mean, we do know because Allardyce came out and said that Sullivan basically. This is interesting that you mentioned Maega because apparently we do know that Sullivan does this, right? Allardyce said that Sullivan just shows up with players.
Yeah,
here's a player for you. Get him into the team. I mean, so.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. So talking about like Moyes and shit like that, like is he? I mean, I think he's a puppet, and I think a lot of people think he's a puppet for the club, and that's the reason why they signed him this time around. And it's the reason why he's here, because he couldn't really get another job. Because look at since Everton, he's done jack shit. He's relegated the club. He fucking destroyed Manchester United, and so on and so on. So he saved us. Oh, he saved us with a 28 or 25% winning percentage. Woo! Fuck off.
I mean, I didn't think he was that bad when he was here the first time.
No,
I think the problem with bringing him in a second time is you don't get the new manager bounce because he's not a new manager. He's the same guy we had a couple of seasons ago, and a lot of the players are the same players. So this whole idea, you bring a new manager and you get a bounce.
Maega scored some goals for us, believe it or not, and this is the thing that I'm going back to. So if you look at like appearances wise, like his ratio sucked. Most of his goals came off the bench, though. So if you look at if you take every bench appearance and then all of his goals off the bench, and then you look at that ratio, it's actually fucking high. Like he was a super sub, believe it or not. And that's the thing about Allardyce. So it might have been a present, but Allardyce knew how to use him. I mean, he was probably told to use him. That's why I was talking about the puppet thing, meaning like, all right, he's a present, and now you got to use him. If you don't use him, then that was part of the comment as well about the whole present thing, saying that he would get presents on at training, and all of a sudden he's got a striker, and shit, if you didn't use them, then you were gonna get yelled at by the fucking boss or something like that. So, long story short, I don't know. I think that the present of Bowen doesn't make much sense because
oh yeah,
he's not using them.
I know. I don't know. I honestly, I'm with you on that, and I don't know. Who knows what's going on there? Whoever
Listen,
knows.
Ken, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see that too, because I still think Allaire, despite the lack of effort he's put in, he's a 45 million pound striker.
How many times do we have
he's got to score goals for us in this relegation battle. He has to.
How many times do we have to play a one fucking striker system? We keep, and even the manager is like, oh yeah, Allaire, people have said, listen, we know Allaire is being misused. So, we'll throw, a second striker. Let's give him a Yeti. No, you give him Antonio. And then what do? They fucking put Antonio up by himself. Like, what the fuck are you doing the one striker thing again? It's just a different person who's not even a striker. He's a winger.
Mental block that our managers have, no matter who it is. It's a mental block that our managers have. You've got to think, though, that we're going to set up against Southampton to go for it. We've got to think this. We've got to set up to.
We have to. But again,
we're at home. We're at home. They're
say,
beautiful.
Everything that we say, Lee, and everything that Ken just mentioned, and a million other comments from other people as well on our shows, all say the right things, all say the common sense move, but it never happens. It never happens. The logical thing to do just never happens. I swear to God, because what happens is Sunday comes around, you do the week in review show, and you're like, why did they set up like that? Why did he set up like that? You get so frustrated because everybody was talking the whole week on all these different shows, not just our shows, Hammers Chat, and all the other ones too, West Ham Fan TV and so on. Yeah. But they all talk about that, and then all of a sudden we're like, what the heck is this lineup? I look at my Discord, thanks Jim Stebbins for keeping that alive, and everybody else in there, like Bays and everybody else, and Foshizi, I guess, popped in there now. But anyway, long story short, I see like everybody flipping out because Stebbins will put the lineup as soon as it comes out on there, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this? Why is this person over there?
No, I know.
Why is this person? And so on and so on. But it happened, Lee, it's every week.
I know it is.
Every week. We can never predict the lineup. Never.
No, never. And that's, you talk about no consistency. That's one of the reasons we have no consistency. The manager's not consistent. The players are not consistent. Their effort is not consistent. That's probably the thing that frustrates me as much as anything else. And it is watching, and this is why I want to see Bowen out there. This is why I liked having Souček out there, and I'm very upset that he's injured. This is why I like having Ngakia out there. These are young or new. This is new blood. Let's put it that way. Whether they're young or not doesn't really matter. It's new blood. They're not jaded. They don't expect to go out and lose. They don't know about the low bar for expectations that we have, where you can go out and lose and drop points, and the manager will still say, "You did a great job, well done, everybody." They don't think that.
No,
they have a different mentality. You can tell when they play. They have a different mentality.
All right, so we got 15 minutes left. Let's literally just put all that aside. All the last 45 minutes, just toss it aside.
I'd be happy to do that because I think everybody hates me now.
No. I'm not saying it for that reason. I'm just saying, listen, that's join the club.
I don't hated, so yeah.
Join the club, Lee. But anyway, no, I'm saying is,
you've always been okay.
Let's try right now to come up with a few positives.
Okay, sure.
Right. So besides the obvious ones that everyone's saying, like, we showed fight. Oh, we had a lead against. Don't give me the whole. We had a lead against Liverpool comment about. I'm not talking to you, Lee. I'm talking about everybody.
No, I know.
Don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we lost it, so it doesn't matter. We had a lead, right? Okay. So that's no argument. So anyway, let's just try. I'll start for 1 second because there's one thing I do want to mention. So, the one positive that came out after the match, I realized was that Kevin Nolan has been working extremely close with Michail Antonio and helping him get confident in how to get on goal. Hearing that, just fucking yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Get in there, Kev. Come on, boy. Yeah. Because that's
huge. I think that's huge. And I think having him around the club is going to help a lot.
Oh, yes.
And if you want to talk about why maybe we showed some fight against Liverpool, I mean, look at him being there. It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
I think he makes a difference to the attitude of the players. I think he brings some fire that we haven't had in a long time. So yeah, and I think individually working with players like that, I think he's going to make them better players, especially as attackers, attacking midfielders and strikers. The guy scored a lot of freaking goals for us. He got a lot of listen. A lot of people didn't like him when he was
51
here,
goals,
but he scored a lot of goals.
shitload.
And he scored big goals in big games, and he was a guy who came through in the clutch. That was the thing that again, that's what we need right now. We need somebody to step up. We need a Carlos Tevez, and I know we don't have anybody of that talent on the team, but we need somebody to fill that Tevez role and put the team on his back and say, "I'm taking this from here on out." And that may have to be Antonio. I don't know, and hopefully he's capable of doing that. But we need that guy or those couple of 3 guys to do that. Because we know that our regular players aren't doing that. I would say the biggest positive that came out of the match Monday was Ngakia, and we've got a right back. He's good. He's really good. We don't have to have poor Zabaleta out there, on his walker, rolling around. I mean, we all respect him as a professional and as a veteran, but he doesn't have any more pace left. We've got a 19-year-old right back who looks up to the task and hopefully can stay healthy, right? Because nobody ever does, but he's not old. He's young. He's resilient. He has pace. He has skill. Gigantic positive for us, as far as I'm concerned. Huge. And I'll tell you another one. David Moyes sort of tried to win this game, or at least didn't go out there and say, let's limit the damage. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he did against City. He didn't go out there and say, let's limit the damage. So, I mean, that's positive because, as we've said before, if you go out and you're playing for a draw, you're basically giving yourself 0% chance to win. No chance at all. Mm-hmm. If you play for a win, you may only give yourself a 5% chance to win, but it's more than 0. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And we had him down. We had him on the ropes. And if we hadn't had a couple of errors, we could have made history in that game. So I understand why everybody's excited and positive.
Yeah, no, we have these weird. We get this weird lens. We get this weird view. I don't know. We don't have our blinders on. I mean, it's one of those things where we got so excited that we were leading, and you and I bet you we're not the only ones that were like, "Please hold on."
Not gonna lie.
I love it. Just hold on. And then there's others that were saying, "Oh, I knew we were gonna lose that. I mean, I knew." Then why the fuck are you watching it? Why do you support? I mean, don't tell me you knew we were gonna lose against. You're just giving it out there that we're gonna lose.
I didn't know we were gonna lose.
Not you. I'm saying, yeah.
Before the match, I expected to lose.
No. I know. I'm not saying you, Lee. I'm saying when I say you, I don't mean you. I mean,
but in that game, yeah, I thought we had a chance. Of course I did. I mean, because we did.
Yeah.
If we did have a chance. I mean, that's.
Well, another positive is that, we haven't lost to Southampton since August 19th, 2017.
Yeah, we have a weird run of success against Southampton. It's true.
We've got 4 wins in a row.
Saturday.
4 in a row. And we had a win before that one, before that loss, 3-1. So basically, this year we obviously beat them 1-0. Last year we beat them 3-0 at home. At the end of the season, that was awesome. 2-1 away. The year before that, the 17-18 season, we beat them 3-0 at home, but we lost 3-2 away. And the year before that, we beat them away and lost to them at home. So, I mean, I guess it's one of those weird things that's in our favor, but at the same time, I guess there's no such thing. There's no such thing when you only play a team twice a year that there's such thing as, we're playing them, so we're going to win. No matter what our record is or what our form is. It's just we always beat them, so we're going to beat them. I mean, unless you're Lukaku and you're playing West Ham, I don't think there's like a given that,
Right. There were only a few things in life were ever guaranteed. Lukaku scoring against us, Frank Lampard scoring against us, Paul Ince scoring against us years ago.
Rooney used to.
Rooney scoring against us. So, yeah, those things were guaranteed. But you look at I will do, Ken. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But you look at form. Like when's the last time we won at Stamford Bridge, and we walked in there this season with one of our worst teams in years and won 1-0.
Yeah.
You look at beating Spurs last season at their new stadium.
Yeah, it's never given.
Which it's very rarely beat them at all. Beating them away is even more rare. So there's no such thing as with West Ham. There's no such thing as form. You don't know what you're going to get week to week. I think there's every reason to think that we have a chance to win on Saturday because we do play well
Glenn
against
Murray.
Huh?
Oh, she's a Glenn Murray. That's another one. Yeah.
Glenn
Forgot
Murray's
about that.
another one. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I wish he had just he should have, he should have stayed retired from the Bruins.
Oh, yeah.
Never went off to play football for Brighton because
Yeah.
he's a better goal scorer for
Right.
Brighton than he ever was with the Actually, he was a pretty good Bruins player. Obviously not the same guy either, but still. There's no such thing as form. It doesn't exist this season. It just doesn't. So, yeah, I would love to see us take momentum from Liverpool and walk into the match on Saturday and do what Gary's talking about doing. And, everybody's very confident about this game. They're not a pushover, Southampton. I know we've had good form against them. They're not a pushover. And, again, I don't think anything carries over, from one game to the other. So I have no idea what to expect. But anybody who thinks that, finally we're done with Man City and Liverpool, we're going to start winning now, I mean, look at our season. It hasn't been like that. It hasn't been like that at all. Yeah. So that's the only warning that I would throw out there.
Yeah. So here's good. Here's what I was talking about earlier. This is from Mark. Listen. Mark comments on our videos now, which is really cool. From watching us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Please head on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel too, Mark. Even though you watch us on Facebook, I appreciate that. And also Darren from earlier, if you're still watching, please come on. If anyone's watching on Periscope or Facebook, hop on over to YouTube and click subscribe. But he says, in all fairness, I didn't know we were going to lose because it's what West Ham do, and this is exactly what I was talking about, Lee. So this is like the mentality. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that at all. He said as soon as they equalized, I knew I was sadly going to be proved right. But I will not watch or support anyone else from England. And it's the same with me. So
we're the same way. We're all the same.
Yeah, exactly. So just because we look at it differently doesn't mean I'll ever support anybody else. Listen to me. I don't even follow American sports anymore. I literally don't. Yes, I got a Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt in my closet because I love the old Bucko Bruce, but I do not watch American football. I do not watch hockey anymore. I can't watch. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, dude. I don't care about anything else except West Ham. You understand me? Like forever blowing bubbles, man. Like I don't care about anything else. Any American sports, none. So anyway, we can still look at it differently. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. We're all hammers anyway. So what were we saying?
But don't you think that? I mean, at some point, don't the players adopt that mentality too? Don't you think that?
But again, we're talking all walks of life, so I don't know. And the same thing with us as fans and as supporters. So I really don't know. Like, honest to God, that's a great question, Lee. But you got someone from a Frenchman playing in a German league, getting used to that, and then coming over to England. It's a whole playing with different players from all over the world, playing for players from Spain, from who knows? And your coach is English. Who knows?
I sat next to a guy one time, and you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the most diverse sport in the world. It's the most popular sport in the world. It's played all over the world. There are cultures we don't have really any very good understanding of. They're sending people to England to play for West Ham and these other clubs, and from places like Central Africa, where I've never been. I don't know anything about that part of the world. But I sat next to a guy one time. Who was an NFL offensive lineman, not a famous guy. He'd played 3 or 4 years in the NFL. We were on a plane, and I said, do fans get to players? Because you always have this impression, unless it's Eric Cantona who goes and karate kicks somebody, you always have an impression that, the players are tuning the fans out. Do you know what I mean? That they're professionals. They've heard it all before. They've been playing since they were 5 years old. They don't care. They don't hear it. I said, do the fans get to the players? And he said, yeah. He said they do. He said the things they say, the things they shout from the stands. He said, yeah, they do get to the players. And it's always, and I know that's just one guy, all right? It's just one guy who played a different sport, all right? But it's always stuck with me that a professional athlete who reached that level, which is very hard to reach, said, yeah, it absolutely does get to the players. And it makes me wonder if, Mark Noble talks about how these players are always on social media. I mean, it makes me wonder if our players hear this stuff and read this stuff about how, well, I knew we were going to lose once he gave up the equalizer. Do you know what I mean? Is it seeping into them? Is that mentality seeping into them? I feel sometimes as though it is.
I think so.
And again, I don't think fans have that big of an effect on performance, other than sometimes making noise, right, and creating atmosphere. I think that can make a difference.
Yes.
But I think this whole constant attitude of we're doomed, even when we're winning, even when we're up, we're going to end up down. It's kind of, I mean, and I know where it comes from. I get it. It's the whole ethos of the club, but it's kind of damaging at some point, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what. And again, and I take that further out to say, you know, when you have fans saying, "Hey, great effort, guys, way to go, great effort, you really played. You know, we played well, we look good." But we still lost. We lost. You know,
Yeah.
it's not good
But
enough.
it's the best team. It's like, but you lost to New York Yankees, you lost to whatever. I mean, no, it doesn't matter, man. I
It
mean,
doesn't matter.
if we were beating the New York Yankees 3-1, and then we end
Right.
up losing fucking 7-3, I mean, we were beating them. Why do we lose? Oh, because they're the best team. Don't give me that shit. We were winning. We just hold like that. That's when you park the fucking bus. Hello.
Right. That's when
You
you.
parked the bus the wrong times, but anyway, oh
And I
shit.
know it's hard to do against.
Real
I
quick, I got to talk. There's a lot of degenerative disc talk in the chat
yes, I
room.
noticed that.
So,
Yes, I feel sorry
not
for
old man talk, but I do want to mention. So I guess Gary and I get to meet Push Easy, which is kind of cool. He's in the chat room,
Yeah,
and they're talking to Ken
that's
as
right.
well. And just so you guys know, I do have arthritis in my shoulder, and I have bursitis and tendonitis all in the same area. And then I'm having surgery on Monday, so I'm going to be in a sling. So you get to see my sling for a week coming up. So I get that on Monday. I'm going to be doing that. Then I'm going to be out of work for a few months. But I'm still going to be doing shows, obviously. And yeah, anyway, I'm starting to feel old like you guys. So when you keep talking about Humira pills and Jack D, I'm like, oh God, you bastards. And
You're old for your age, Tim. I think you're old for your age.
oh, I'm so stressed out. Yeah.
Because what are you, 40? Are you 40 yet?
Don't try competing, Tim. I will be 40 in June. Yes, I'm
June,
not
okay.
40 yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a cortisone, so I can actually move my arm around now, but I couldn't even do that before because I lift tile all day, and I'll say that till I'm blue in the face because I hate it. But anyway, long story short, that continues to mess this up, Foshizi. I'm not trying to compete. I'm just saying that now that I had that, I'm not feeling the pain as much, so I'm like moving this around, and then every I know arthritis chat feels. Yeah, I know. No, anyway, we're finished. We're trying to wrap this up, and these guys, these old guys in the chat room, are making me feel old.
Oh, is that Rebecca? Is that Specky Becky from Twitter?
Yep.
Oh, I love her tweets. Rebecca, I love your tweets. You're always enjoy the stuff you put out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I just want to say to those guys, like, I'll be there one day, not that far away. You're not that much older than me, you guys. So I feel you. Don't worry, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we had a great show Monday night with all those guys, and was it Charlie Walsh and Ray Borm bailed out on me, and who else bailed out on me? Tex bailed out on me because he was sick.
Oops. Yeah, Tim says welcome to the club.
Tebow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tebow. Yeah, Tebow. There you are. You woke up.
And Tebow is still with us, apparently. Tebow, our faithful viewer who's up at Tebow is, and you know what's so funny, Tim? Tebow sends me a message every day, and every day he says, "We're not going down. We're going to win our next match." You know what I mean? Tebow is like, I mean, the guy is super, super positive, and so I feel kind of bad coming out here. Oh,
we gotta like figure out how on earth to get him some. I guess Steve Mothersoul was talking about going to visit him with his laptop and try to in his hotspot to try to interview.
This so basically this job I'm starting is gonna give me a nice little salary bump, if I'm honest, and so I'm hoping it'll lead to maybe a trip to England like next season. I don't know if this season's going to happen or not, but because you're kind of going to have to get out of the hole. But I think next season is a strong possibility. And when I do go over, I'm definitely going to visit Tebow. I'm definitely going to go to Chelmsford because I want to see the original Chelmsford, the OG Chelmsford. I want to see a Chelmsford City match, and I want to do all the proper English stuff. So I want to go over for like a week, right? Like at least a proper amount of time.
At least, dude. I'm telling you, I went there for 10 days the first time, and that flew right by. And then I went to 5 days this time, and that was like a blink of the eye.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
My wife has a master's from Oxford, and she lived in England for like 5 years, and so she knows people there. So we want to make it a proper trip, and it'll happen. It'll happen. So when I
listen,
do
either way,
that,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
we'll get with Tebow. We'll sit down with him, and we'll do it. So
Well, listen, we love you, Tebow. We love you, Ken, and we love you, Foshizi. No matter if you're old and decrepit, doesn't matter. We still love you. And but thank you for watching and pimping it easy, yeah, Ken. Thanks to everybody else for popping in the chat. I really appreciate it. I guess Neil must have fallen asleep because I haven't heard a comment from him in a while.
no, he's right here. He's laughing at something. I think he's laughing at Ken. No, he's right here.
Oh, there you go. Just as I said that. It's funny, you bastard.
There you go. There you go. Essex Hammer.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
You know what? Essex. It's also hang on. I pulled up the wrong one. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah,
it's also Tebow's hometown team, Chelmsford City Tebow's hometown team, and I have a fantastic Chelmsford City shirt that I've worn on here before that Tebow sent to me, which was a really nice gift.
Yep.
And because I live in Chelmsford, Mass, and I follow them. They won. They beat the top team of the table.
They have the most amazing candy shop in Chelmsford.
Really?
Oh God. I still have some shit left over from that.
I'm going to go to Melbourne Stadium. I'm going to watch the Clarets play. They were struggling big time recently until they beat the top team in the table yesterday. It was a big win for them. It's boosted them back up to mid-table, and they're within a shouting distance of the playoffs. So definitely follow Chelmsford. Definitely follow. No, Gary, come on, man. You know what's funny?
Glenn Tamplin?
Okay, Berwickey, I think it's pronounced in England.
Berwickey, yeah.
So it's close to Chelmsford in England, right? And they play each other in the National League South, Chelmsford and Berwickey, right? You know what the big sports rivalry is in school sports here in Massachusetts? It's Chelmsford versus Billerica. It's the same two towns. If you take the Y off of Billerica, you get Billerica. So Chelmsford and Billerica, or Bricka, as they say it here, Chelmsford and Billerica is this huge like sports rivalry in all the high school sports here. So I don't know. I find that kind of funny for some reason. But the Chelmsford here, they wear claret, they wear maroon, so same color. So anyway, I definitely want to do all that stuff at some point.
You should. But again, give yourself some time. And if you're only going to go over, if you're going to go over for a week, make sure there's only like one match and don't overbook yourself like I did, because apologies, Tebow, and I'll say this in front of everybody. I am truly sorry I didn't get to see you. I did get to see a million people, and my schedule was just, I overbooked myself. I didn't grasp the time. You know what I'm saying? So apologies. It's not the last time I'm going to be there either. I swear to you. You know what I mean? So
no, I know that. Yeah.
I'll be back.
Last time I was in is Gabe still here? Because last time I was in France, so everybody can take a drink. Last time I was in France, I was the same way. I wanted to see 1,000 people, and I saw like 3, and it just moves quickly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and when you do 2 in 5 days, it's even shorter. You know what I'm saying? It's just like boom, 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 be like airport, blah, 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 no sleep, and I had to sleep the whole next day because, dude, I didn't sleep. I worked that full shift, that 8-hour shift, and then that night I flew out and arrived in the morning. Didn't sleep on the plane, and then I had like, oh crap, there's a game today. I get there and there's a game, and then I do that, and the whole night spend it and get to meet everybody and everything else, and then the next day I wasted I was just exhausted.
This is why your body's breaking down. You do crazy things like that. That would kill you.
So I slept, and the next thing you know, boom, we had the stadium tour booked already, and we had to do this and do that and do this and that, and then we had to meet with Graham, and then did the whole the match the following day, and then so on and so on. And the next thing you know, gotta wake up, gotta go to flight. Oh shit, I got a flight in 2 hours. I gotta get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, it was bananas, man. So anyway, I enjoyed my great time. I did get to meet a lot of great people out there. Literally everybody I met was great. We're gonna have one of Steve's friends on soon, named Dean Smith. He's really awesome, old school guy. We're gonna get him on soon. Knees Up Mother Brown has got us an interview. One of his friends or people from the forum are gonna. I'm gonna talk to them on Sunday at 2.
Oh, nice.
What do we got going on tomorrow? Tomorrow, I don't know. Friday night. Oh, here we go. I totally forgot. We got to wrap this up real quick. But listen, Friday Night Lights. All of the winners from Friday Night Lights episodes so far, plus 2 alternates. Excuse me. The tournament starts Friday. I mentioned the tournament a couple months ago, and it's happening. Like the first episode of the of the tournament, which kicks off the tournament, is going to be Irish Tommy against Dave Sperry from St. Louis, and Adam from West Ham is Why We Drink. That should be a really good one. And John Nolan's back, bitches. Hello,
Is
John
Bish
Nolan.
back on? Is Bish going to come on and try to win the overall title?
He is. So here's the thing. So he just started a new podcast, which is awesome, by the way. Go check it out. I think it's
so did Baz. Baz started a new thing too.
Baz started a new one too. He's in the tournament as well, and I talked to him today.
Baz is as well. Baz is our friend. I think it's called.
He's doing stuff. He's getting ready to fly out to England for next week, so he's not going to be able to do this week. So he wasn't on this week's show for the Friday Night Lights. But the next few weeks, he's going to be in England. He's going to Arsenal away, and he's going to Wolves at home, which was what I had originally intended to do. But I went to the other matches, and we lost anyway instead. So anyway, so he's going to be there for a couple of weeks. He might even catch Spurs away if he's lucky enough, if they don't move the match. But anyway, when he comes back from that, he's going to be in the tournament. So the tournament should be really awesome. Yeah. What else? Oh crap! Sunday night. Oh, I got a show Sunday. You got a show Sunday night, and should be good. The Monday, and we're back to the same old, same old. But anyway,
Sunday night. Desperate to talk about a victory this weekend. Desperate.
Yeah. So, prediction before we go.
Okay. You go first. I don't want to go first. You go first. You tell me. Everybody in the chat room, tell us your predictions in the chat room too.
2-2 because every single time I have predicted us to win this season, we have lost. It happened to me last season too. So I just either didn't predict at all or I predicted draw or a loss.
Yeah.
And we'll win. So I predict a 2-2 draw because we cannot stop Danny Ings and because he's on fire right now. He's gonna pass Jamie Vardy if we're not careful because Jamie Vardy's been in the shitter, like literally.
Right.
Not scoring goals at all at the top. So anyway, Bowen, if they fucking play him, will score. He will score, but he needs to play more than like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely will score one. I agree.
Yeah, they will. They will. I agree with you. Essex has us 3-1. Yeah, everybody's got us winning. So,
well, I love the optimism, optimistic stuff going on there. Yes, I like that. Bowen is 2, Gary. You said that before. You called it 4-1, yeah. Yeah.
No, I agree. I
he's a bastard. You know, I love bastards. I wish we had bastards on our team like Kevin Nolan. But
yeah, I miss having
on the pitch. He's next to the pitch.
We lose every time I pick us to win. We lose all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But so I'm going to go with the doomsday scenario, the worst case scenario, which is we lose 2-1 on a goal in the 95th minute, in the 5th minute of injury time. Second injury time.
On Twitter, man.
And it'll be Danny Ings. It'll be Danny Ings who scored. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. We're going to score in the first half. Bowen's going to score in the first half. And then Southampton will equalize around like the 75th minute or something like that. And then we'll lose an injury time. And I would almost like I'd almost bet a body part on this.
Well, strangely enough, Lee.
Weirdly confident this is exactly what's going to happen.
Strangely enough, Southampton have not scored a goal against us since December of 2018.
Even better reason.
Things. Oh yeah, they're due. They're due. Yeah. So Allaire scored the goal this year against them.
Is it? Well, yes. Of course, but Neil. Of course, every prediction I have involves VAR. VAR will. Yeah, I know. I told you everybody's going to hate me. I'm not here to be loved tonight. VAR will be it'll be like the Glenn Murray goal. It'll not be allowed, and then VAR will overturn it and say no, it's a goal after all.
Yeah,
it's something horrible. It's something horrible because if I predict something good to happen, there's no way it's going to happen. So you understand that I'm using a little reverse magic here.
Yeah.
You know, trying to positive thinking never works, so I'm doing negative thinking.
So a quick recap of the show. We started off just talking shit about how everybody's too optimistic about continuing our fight that we had against Liverpool.
Yes.
And everyone talking shit about our negativity and glory hunting, as one gentleman.
Yeah, glory hunting. Support American, bro. Support local, bro. Support local.
Yeah.
We had a local team, by the way, that nobody supported. So just what it's
Yeah.
up.
Well, yeah, it's just a different thing. But I mean, anyway, I'm all West Ham, so and we all are. So anyway, we talked about that. We also talked about what did we talk about? Humira and aging. We talked about Chelmsford City and so on. But anyway, it was a good time. Lee, listen,
My crappy job, yes.
yeah, exactly. We're all getting old. Who cares? This is how it started. I love doing these shows, especially when it's just us because we don't normally do this.
Can I tell you a story about hockey in France? How I saw on Twitter there was a controversial goal in a French league game. Then they couldn't decide whether it should count or not. They went to replay over and over and over again, and I watched the replay like 300 times. I couldn't decide whether it ever went in or not. So that's about hockey in France, not just hockey and France. So
Yeah.
and yes, Essex, this is right. This is where it comes down to, right? I mean, come on, glory hunters, come on. I work with enough. Well, I used to work with enough Liverpool, Arsenal fans, Manchester United, etc. It's not the same for us.
No. Yeah, where is it? I'm gonna do something real quick. Essex. This one
And we're in. Rebecca says she's not getting old. Okay. we're all getting old. What was the old Pink Floyd song? Said the memories of a man in his old age or the deeds of a man in his prime. That's an old Pink Floyd song from the 60s. It's a real upper. It's called Free 4 if you want to listen to it. Really perk you up before you go to bed.
Dude, that motherfucker deleted his tweet.
Why? Do you think he saw it? You think he saw the show?
I don't know. I'm looking for it. Oh no, there it is. All right, you bastard.
Okay.
I'm like that son of a bitch. No, I want to pull it up one more time. This is for Essex. Where the hell is it?
I believe she's cryogenically frozen, like Ted Williams.
Essex.
Yeah.
This is what we get over on Twitter. This is why I can't stand Twitter. Okay, because
I won't even put up the grammatical error because I don't want to be that guy. So you're a bunch of glory hunters. Yeah, worst glory hunters ever.
Yes,
glory hunters ever.
American team, for fuck's sakes, he says. So anyway, I know it's just one person. It doesn't matter. But the whole point is that this is the reason why I fucking hate Twitter. I really do. And
I didn't have to.
I'll say something about Fabianski or Fredericks or a performance, and then I'll get this shit. Oh, go away. Or support another team. I could go pull all those up too, but I won't. This one was just the funniest one I've ever seen. Because I mean, just like you said, Essex, how the fuck could we be glory hunters supporting this club?
You know what? There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? So if that guy tweets at us, if he has any followers at all, who he probably doesn't, but if he does, and they subscribe to us and they follow us, even better. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So tweet at us all you want, cuss us out. I don't care. Just make sure we don't become irrelevant, because that's the biggest danger, is when nobody pays attention to it anymore. That's yeah. You just want people to pay attention. That's all.
That's it.
And all the dudes are hitting on Rebecca now. So
we'll wrap this up. So yeah,
sorry about that.
Protect you there. So there's AmericanHammers.net. We got a lot of cool shit in there. We're not adding anything in the near future, the nearest future, because Alex is on. He's working on a bunch of other things behind the scenes. So he's our website guy. I mean, he's dealing with he's our shop guy, and we got like 3 or 4 different designs that we're going to throw in. We're going to do a partnership of a Knees Up Mother Brown design. We're going to throw up in there too. But not yet. Also, we got American Hammers radio stuff going on. A lot of cool stuff there. Please check out Fortune's Always Hiding. Please check out American Hammers radio. It's awesome. I don't understand why more people don't listen to it. If you gave it a chance, it's really good. I mean, it's better than some of our fucking YouTube shows. So go for it. The other thing.
I'm just joking.
Come on, man. Go away. You're a glory hunter. Listen, so there's that. Then there's, we got a lot of shows coming up. I really appreciate it. We love seeing everybody in the chat room, and, keep that happening. This was actually kind of impromptu tonight. I just forgot to schedule somebody for Lee. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll get Wayne and we'll do an OG debate. And then Wayne's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, oh,
Back to
okay,
where
well,
we
I guess just we'll do it. Whatever.
You forgot to wear my West Ham shirt. Let's settle for the 1975 FA Cup champion
That's
mug.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
I do. I love it. I keep it up here with me. I don't drink out of it because I'm afraid I'll drop it and break it because that's what I do with things I drink out of. So it's
Yes.
got to
Yes.
rests right next to me at all times. Well, while I'm up here anyway, not at all times.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I don't want to leave, but we got to. So we'll talk to you soon. And again, if you're on Periscope or watching this via Periscope, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, please head on over to YouTube and click the subscribe button. We're at 1125. We'd like to get to 5 million. So I can spread the word, help us out, do something. Show us that you care.
We just want to beat John Williams.
We're all friends. Oh, yeah.
We just want to beat JP. That's all.
Oh, we're going to be partnering with him soon.
Oh, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know. Listen, I actually sat down at a table with him, and we had a nice chat for about a good hour. Gary was there too. I think JP was scared because Gary was with me. And
well, I'd be scared of.
He's like, "Oh, you brought a friend."
That's normal. That seems very reasonable.
Oh, I brought a casual with me. Anyway, all right, guys. I'll talk to you off the air real quick, but we got to go. Have a great night. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Okay, click on broadcast. There we go.